Alright, so I made a raw video talking about episode 3 of The Acolyte and how terrible that episode was. I mean, that wasn't even Star Wars at all. That was just garbage, filler episode just to put some DEI nonsense in there. Oh, we're gonna have lesbians that can create life with the Force and they can do it better than Plagueis did, or whoever, because they can only do Anakin. We can do twins that both are Force sensitive. It was such a stupid, panderous, just out of touch episode. Was not Star Warsy at all. It was just trash. And I know for me personally, made me not care about this show anymore. Episode 1 and 2 sucked, but they were okay sucky. You know, it was like, all right, this is kind of stupid, but I guess we can rock with it. And then episode 3 was just like, all right, cool. This is what you want to do now? So anyways, I didn't want to watch episode 4 at all, but I figured maybe I could capitalize. Well, there is no capitalization. I can't monetize my videos. I don't have enough audience and all that. But you know what I mean. I could make content for my channel and make a review of episode 4. So here's how it went. To start, I will say at least it was a little bit better than episode 3. At least it got back to Star Wars feeling, sort of. You know, it wasn't like way out of left field like episode 3. Episode 3 was super random, made no sense. It was like Star Wars, what the F is this? And then it came back. But that's not to say that this was a good episode at all. To start, it was dragged out. It was so boring. There was so much just filler. It's like, basically they end this episode on a cliffhanger, and it's like the whole point was the whole point of this episode was to drag it out to make it like a 2-parter, so just so they could have that cliffhanger. There's so much that they could have just chopped out that was just a waste of time that after doing all that, you'd have like 5-10 minutes left of the episode, and then you could just add that on to the next one, and boom. Either you'd have a slightly longer episode or a normal length episode. I say this because this episode was even shorter. It was only half an hour. I think it came up to like 29 minutes and some seconds. So if the next one is like this as well, then you could have just chopped this episode way down, like I said, and added it to the next one, and then you'd have like a normal 45-minute long episode. So that was one thing. Very boring. It was so boring that there was times where I found myself worrying about other random stuff, like, what's that speck on the floor over there? What is that? Is that a bug? Oh, no, it's just some lint. Like, your show is supposed to be entertainment, right? You should be able to be entertaining me. I shouldn't be worried about what the speck on the floor is until after the show is over. But it was so boring that I just kind of started wandering. So there's that. Second thing was, of course, they added in dumb pronouns now. Because, you know, that would be a thing in a galaxy long ago and in a galaxy far, far away. You know, the same things that matter in today's United States would matter in a galaxy far away long ago, right? That's how that would work. You know, it wouldn't be some fantastical realm that's completely different than us. No, it's going to be exactly like our stupid country and the dumb stuff we worry about. And I say specifically our country because, you know, I don't think the whole world is worrying about dumb nonsense like this. Probably a lot of European ones aren't. Middle Eastern ones definitely aren't. It's mostly like us, Canada, you know, stupid countries like that have nothing else to worry about. But anyways, of course, it was, Osha was talking about the creature guy thing, and she says, oh, is he or they on our team? Here's the thing. There is a double edge to that. On one hand, I think it's stupid that they, meaning the showrunners, have to slip that in there, the he or they nonsense. If anything, you know, the general term before all this dumb pronoun nonsense was just to say it. Is it with us? Or you just say he. He, the male form has always been the generic. Hey, guys. Could be women in the group, too, but you always say guys. Hey, guys, how you doing? So is he in our group? Oh, it's actually a woman. Oh, my bad. Is she in our team? Like, that's how that would normally go. Not he or they. Just assume they. The other thing that's kind of funny, too, now that I'm thinking about it, is lefties don't like when you just assume. Did you just assume my gender? Did you just assume my pronouns? And so these idiots, this show is gonna have this idiot Osha assume that the creature might go by they. Well, what if it doesn't? What if it goes by he? What if it goes by it? You're breaking your own rules with your dumb DEI nonsense. You can't even follow your own stupid rules. I don't even follow this crap, and I know your rules better than you. How does that make sense? But anyways, I do think that was pretty stupid, but at the same time, you can almost give it like an annoying pass, like, I don't want to give you this, but maybe, because it is a creature thing, You know what I mean? I keep calling it a creature thing because I don't know what it would relate to. It's almost like a humanoid rat or something. I don't know. But typically, creature things, you can't tell the gender off the top offhand. Well, I say creature things, I just mean animals. Like if you have if your friend has a dog or a cat and they haven't told you that it's a boy or a girl, you don't really know offhand. I mean, maybe the dog you'll see the thing, but if you just see like its face, you're not gonna know offhand. Is this a guy? What's your dog? Or your cat? Or let's get even more extreme, like giraffes or just random animals like that. You don't know. You go to the zoo, you don't know if you're looking at a male or a female. And so, in that regard, maybe you can give it a little bit of a pass. Like, okay, well, I guess in real life you wouldn't know if it was a he if you saw this creature thing, because it's just a creature thing. But still, doing it that dumb way, throwing in the they, that was on purpose for the DEI nonsense that nobody's interested in and does not need to be a part of Star Wars, because Star Wars is a fantastical world that happened years ago, right? I mean, geez, when Star Wars first came out, it was the 70s. There was no stupid DEI then. So, and that was only the 70s. And Star Wars was supposed to be even before that. So, then the next thing that they did that was pretty stupid was they put Ki-Adi-Mundi in the show. Obviously, everybody's talked about this, but here's what happened for me. At first, when I saw the Ki-Adi-Mundi guy, I didn't think it was Ki-Adi-Mundi. I thought it was just somebody of his race, which I thought it was funny. What is he, a Corellian or something like that? I don't really know what his race is. I just know it starts with a C. But I thought it was a different one. And I was like, that's funny. They're putting a Ki-Adi-Mundi type guy in here. Just because the Ki-Adi-Mundi race doesn't really get much love. We know Ki-Adi-Mundi and that's it. So I thought it was funny that they were putting another one in. Like, okay, it's random, but sure. But then the credits rolled and it says Ki-Adi-Mundi. And I'm like, what? Because as we all know now, he shouldn't exist yet. He shouldn't have been born yet. So how was he hanging out with this council? Of course, though, all the nonsense now, these losers, what's her name, Leslie Headfield or Headland or Head Dumbass, whatever her name is, she can go and break everything that we know about Star Wars, and it's fine because companies or organizations, whatever you want to call them, like Wikipedia, will immediately update their page to make Ki-Adi-Mundi older and all this. It's been canon forever that he was 70 years old in episode 1, but now all of a sudden, oh, they snuck him in this show, so, oh, no, he's not that old, he's actually this old, he's 150 or whatever by the time episode 1 came. Oh, okay. Sure, so this idiot can just rewrite canon? I mean, geez, if anything, the canon is with George Lucas. Whatever he says happened, and episode 1 was still George. So if he says Ki-Adi-Mundi's 70, Ki-Adi-Mundi is 70. F you. You're not going to make him older for no reason. Like, if this guy, I know he's a fake character, but if he was real and he was 70 in the events of episode 1, then he's, you know what I mean? If somebody did a biography on me, you can't say I was born in the 30s, because I wasn't. You'd just be making up weird nonsense. You'd be making a character up that's, like, based on me, if anything, at that point. You know what I mean? Because it's not me. I wasn't born in the 30s. So, yeah, that was pretty stupid. The other thing, I didn't think it was Ki-Adi-Mundi either, because this guy's head, the actor that they got for this Ki-Adi-Mundi, his head was way too fat. Which I get it, you can lose weight, but that was more like bone structure. Your bone structure doesn't change as you get older. You have the same skull. Like, this guy was like, and then he had a little bit of a tip at the top. Ki-Adi-Mundi is kind of smooth the whole way up. So it was like, okay, so it's supposed to be Ki-Adi-Mundi, but he also had some reconstructive skull surgery along the way, too. That's cool. Oh, then what else? Oh, yep. Another big thing I almost forgot that was really dumb was with both Osha and whatever her sister's name is, May. So Osha, somebody from the council comes along. I think it's just like the trainees, that girl that they have as the main trainee. She's got like the white skin and little Dathomir horns. And she's like, oh, do you want to go and look for your sister with the Jedi or whatever? And she's like, nah, I don't got time for that. Then later, Master Soul comes along and asks the same question. Okay, I got time for that. Like, wow, way to stick to your guns. One person you tell no, 2 seconds later, you're ready to go on board. Yeah, okay, I can go look for my sister with you. Just like with May or whatever her name is, that's pretty dumb too. She's, all along, her whole mission's been, oh, I gotta kill all these Jedi. Oh, I killed 2 of them so far. Then she goes after the or actually she wanted to go after the Wookiee guy, but I think somebody got him before her. And then out of nowhere, she's hanging out with the guy that gave her the pills to kill the nerd, old, young, terrible, fake beard, white Jedi that was floating with a force field. And she's walking with him. And then she's just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I think I'm just gonna quit, and I'll turn myself into the Jedi, and everything will be fine. I won't have any kind of repercussions. It's gonna be great. And it's just like, first off, why would you even think everything's gonna be great? You're hunting them, and they're hunting you to prevent you from hunting them. I don't think everything's gonna be great just because you turn yourself in. You know what I mean? That's like a criminal that's a serial killer or whatever. Then one day they're just like, I'm gonna go to the police, tell them all the people I killed, where I hid their bodies, and everything will be fine. No, it won't. You're still gonna spend life in jail on death row, like. But yeah, and then also, this has been your mission all along. Now you're just bored, so you're just gonna quit. How does that make any sense? Where's the logic? How do you go from, yeah, I'm doing this, to, yeah, I'm bored. Oh, because I found my sister. Oh, because I found her, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. I mean, you haven't seen her for how long? I don't think out of nowhere you would just change either if you just saw your sister. It'd be like seeing a stranger, you know? It'd be kind of weird. Like, oh, that's my sister. I haven't seen her in 25 years. It hasn't been 25 years, but let's say 10 years. You're not going to just change your whole game plan either. You're still going to have whatever resentment that you've had towards the Jedi burning in you for the last 10 years is still going to be there. It's not just going to go away out of nowhere when you're on this journey and this hike is too long. I'm getting tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. And then you get that Wookiee Jedi, too, who, you know, again, it'd be something kind of cool, but of course Disney screws it up. So we've never had a Wookiee with Force sensitivity or anything before. And now they finally make one, and, like, we get nothing from him. We haven't seen anything cool that he can do, or just be a Jedi in general. He doesn't have to have special abilities, you know, just regular Jedi skills. But nope, he's already dead now. So it's like, what was the point? It's just like the situation with Finn. Finn was a defected stormtrooper. Ooh, something cool, maybe something different. Force Awakens, maybe it's in him. Nope. No, it's just Rey. Like, just throw that whole situation away where Finn could have been like a stormtrooper turned Jedi or something cool, just like this. Oh, we made a Wookiee, but it's just for show. We're not going to have him do anything. I mean, I saw a clip of him actually fighting, so I don't know if, I think it's like a flashback scene that's going to be coming up in episode 5 or something. I don't know, but for now, he's been wasted. We haven't seen anything. They introduce a cool concept of a new character and then just throw it away. Like, cool, Disney. Cool, Leslie and all you losers. Cool. I think the only cool things about the episode, I think there was 2. One, I guess you could say, is we saw Master Soul actually like get a chance to get a little bit of a fight in. You know, that's when those weird big moth creature things were attacking him, and he busts out his lightsaber and chops it right in half. I mean, he only killed one, and it was a very basic move, nothing too sexy overall, but still, at least you finally got to see a little bit of Jedi action. And then the introduction of that Acolyte, Sith thing, whatever the heck it is, that was mildly cool too. A lot of people online have been hating it, but I like Star Wars for the Force, and like I like the dark side characters better. They're usually more mysterious and stuff, and just cooler, like Nihilus and Darth Revan and stuff. And this guy comes along, he did like a little flying thing, which everybody was making fun of, but I'm like, you know, I've always said, why can't they fly using the Force? You can do all kinds of other stuff. Kylo can stop that blaster in midair and make it float there until he's ready to let it go, but they've never been able to fly, and I'm like, why not? Use the Force to propel yourself in all this, and this guy slightly did that. And then it was cool how he, I'm assuming he, maybe not, knowing Disney, it's definitely a woman or some non-binary nonsense thing, but, you know, it was able to use the Force with relative ease. I mean, Osha was standing right in front of it, and then he's just blasts her off, and then all those Jedi just a little and blasted them all away. And it was like, that's kind of cool. You know, all of them are Jedi. They should have, you know, some kind of abilities to have force resistance and all that too. And they just got blasted off like nothing. So it was like, that was kind of cool. The mask also was, everybody keeps making fun of it as Smilo Ren, because it's like a welded on smile type looking thing. It's kind of stupid looking, but at the same time, it works because it looks crude. Like somebody actually just made it. Like that's welded, like a weld mark with to make the smile, you know what I mean? Not this over-the-top fancy high-tech stuff that they always have, but just something that somebody made themselves. Hey, I want a cool-looking mask. Oh, I got some metal. Maybe I can make a helmet. And it is kind of creepy, so if you're trying to be some kind of dark side thing, there's that too. Like it gives a little bit of fear, maybe you could say, into your enemies, the Jedi. But yeah. Other than that, I think that's maybe the only two redeeming points. Overall, the episode sucked. Much better than episode 3. Episode 3 was definitely a 0. If there's any kind of media that is just terrible and 0 is the absolute worst, like, don't watch it, it's that. Episode 3 was ridiculous trash. 0. Not even for Star Wars, just for any show in general. It was just terrible. It's like watching one of those movies that you buy from dollar store, and the voice acting is off. The animations are like high school project level. Like, I'm not saying that that's what this episode was like, but, you know, it's just garbage. It's not good, and that's what episode 3 was. Just absolute trash. But now episode 4, I don't know. I'd give it maybe a 3. Yeah, 3 feels right. It's definitely like a 3 out of 10. Like, it was much better than episode 3, but not good at all. Very boring, way too long, even though it was only half an hour. just filler, and just tons of dumb stuff that made no sense. Canon breaking with Ki-Adi-Mundi. Oh, and that's another thing too. I saw some people on Twitter saying, oh, you know, Star Wars fans, most Star Wars fans don't even care about the canon. They just like Star Wars to like Star Wars. And it's like, no, that's called not a fan. A real fan does care about all the canon and all that with Star Wars. Like, that's kind of part of the deal. You like it and you want to know everything about it and understand all the lore and be knowledgeable on what you're a fan of. You don't just blindly like it. Like, who blindly just likes something? Oh, yeah, I just kind of passively like it. I'm a big fan. I passively like it. I know nothing about it, but I'm a big fan. That's not how that works. You think people that follow sports and have a team that they follow just kind of casually like, oh, it's just my hometown team. I don't know anything about it. No, they know all the players, their stats. They know any injuries they have had recently. They know the head coach. They know this. They know that. They know the whole thing about the team. They'll just, it's just local. I just like the team. So that was a really dumb comment that I saw. Oh, most Star Wars fans just like Star Wars just because. No, you care about the canon too. And putting Ki-Adi-Mundi in 40 years before he was born is pretty stupid. Anyways, yeah, crappy episode, better than the last one, but still trash. And that's all I got. So maybe I'll be back to make an episode 5 video. And yeah, until then, I guess. See ya.